what comes to mind when you hear the word love?
My boyfriend comes. My mind. My mind. Sorry. My boyfriend. This is my answer.
Who or what comes to mind when you hear the word love?
That one is a funny one because whenever I hear the word love, I think about inconsistency. Basically, that's what I feel. I feel like when someone says they're in love, I'm thinking, when is it gonna end? You know, that's all I'm thinking. When it breaks up, or like, I feel like everything has an expiration date. I think I'm always wondering, when is it gonna end? That's what I think, and I think love is a very beautiful concept, but I do not believe that an actual person can actually comprehend it, because there's a lot of things that consist love for love to be successful. So I think love is just something that we can't handle, and although we might try.
Who or what comes to mind when you hear the word love?
Okay, apart from God being our first love, my family comes first. When I hear the word love, my family. Yeah.
Is there a specific order? Mom, dad, siblings?
Actually, I don't think there should be, but I try not to put one before. But if I'm actually supposed to do that, I think I still feel I love my parents. I love my dad. I love my mom. But I think I don't know. I cannot decide. I love them both.
Who or what comes to mind when you hear the word love?
I have to say, that's a hard question. I have to say maybe cake. I think about cake. I love cake a lot. In terms of things that I love that I know they won't leave me, or will be there for me until the end of time, and say cake. In terms of people, I can't break it down like say I love this particular person. Because the normal answer for someone to say like, okay, I love my family, or I love my mother, or I love something like this. Yes, we all do. When someone hears the word, to me, when I hear the word love, I can just say cake, because that's my first answer. But like to think like which individual I can say like I love this person, I have to say, in terms of people, I can say maybe like my brothers. I can say my family.
Who or what comes to mind when you hear the word love?
My family. And my boyfriend to some extent, but my family the most. I mean, I love my parents too much. They do a lot.
Is there a specific order?
Between
With family? Yeah.
Oh no, they're both equal. They do the same things. If I want this from this person, they work together. You have to love them both.
Who do you think of, or what comes to mind when you hear the word love?
Bro, what comes to my mind when I hear the word love? I'm a very religious person, so I'm a very religious person. So what comes to my mind is God. God comes to my mind. Since you want to talk about love, that's what comes to my mind first, because I believe He's the source of love. Yeah.
You said He comes to your mind first. Who comes second?
I say God comes to my mind first. Okay. Who comes second? My parents. Yeah. I love them. My parents come second. Yeah. I think my dad, my mom. Yeah, yesterday was my dad's birthday, so yeah, my dad comes from my mom. Sorry, I love you, but you know, I just have this attachment with my dad. My mom really beat me hard when I was small. Beat me very well. But the point was that she was training me at a point. She was training me, and I was able to become a better person with dad. But you can still disconnect my emotions with my dad. He flogged me only twice or thrice. So, you know, just that sweet experience, I prefer that one. But yeah, I love both of them anyways.
Do you think you can love your boyfriend or your husband the same way that you love your children?
I don't have children, so how can I answer this question?
Do you think you can love your spouse or your children more than you love your parents?
I wouldn't really know, but I would love to believe I would love my parents and my kids equally the same, but my spouse, that might differ. Because I feel like the reason why I would love my parents more is because I'm directly linked to them. And then when it comes to my kid, I'm directly linked to my kid. But my spouse, it's just a decision that I would make, so that's what I think.
So do you think that you can love your husband or your children more than you love your parents?
I think that's possible. That's a very possible thing, because when you get married and when you grow older and get married and all that, your first family would be your husband and your kids. Then your father, your siblings come secondary to them. So I think it is right to love them. But I think I would love my own primary family more.
So do you think that you can love your wife or your children more than you love your parents?
I can say yes. I can say I can love my children. Or I can just give them the same love, but the same love that I received from my parents, but I can give them more. Like when people say like you treat your children the way you would have wanted to be treated sometimes. Maybe sometimes you didn't have a good, fun upbringing, but you can give your children a happy life. You can treat them with passion, with love, with joy. You don't have to like. Most people believe like to show people that you love them, your family, you have to buy them like things and stuff, accessories. It doesn't mean like that. You can just show people that you love them, care about them. At the end of the day, even if when they say like even you can be poor, but the amount of love you receive or you give, you can be happy. You don't need jewelry or money or some stuff like that. That's just material wealth. But at the end of the day, if you have like emotion, you know someone loves you, or you receive love from your family and friends, that's all you need.
So do you think you can love your husband and your kids more than you love your parents?
I'm not married, so let me see. More than my parents? I don't think so. When you get married, you have to separate the two things. Family is one thing, your husband is another, because you become one. So you have to love your husband and family aside.
And what about your wife?
In today's society, I can say I can say my kids. I love my kids. With our 21st century over here, you can say, okay, I love this woman until the day I die, because we're hearing about divorce cases. So you can't be sure like, oh, I'll be with this woman till the end of time. Because, okay, most of our families, most of our parents back home in Africa, they believe like in sticking together. We're not breaking up, we're not divorcing, because here it's like a sin. But let's say in European countries, somewhere else, you can just hear about these people got married like two weeks ago, they divorced. We heard about one celebrity that got married like a week is divorced. So with the wife, I can't say like I love her conditionally, but with my kids, I love them conditionally.
Okay, what about your parents? Okay, do you love your parents the same way you love your boyfriend?
Yes. Same. Yeah, I love my parents more, of course, but it's something else. I have to, when I get married, with him, he will be my family. So I have to love him, not my parents. I have to love him more because he will be my family. I will still love my parents, but not like him or my children in the future.
So do you think it's possible to love your wife or your friends more than your parents?
Well, one thing about love is love grows. That's one thing I know. So the more I'll be staying with my wife, the more I'll have to love her. Much more than, it will get to a point that it becomes much more than my parent, because it's just like me loving myself by loving my wife. So because yeah, if you understand, it's just like loving myself, loving my wife. So it's gonna grow to an extent that he's the one I love most. It might not happen in one day, but over time. Yeah. But my friends are my friends. So the love level for them would just be, yeah, would be cool, but not as much as my wife, not as much as my parents. Yeah, because I mean, family is always there. One thing is you have the signature of your family on you. That's your surname if you're a man. If you're a woman, pending the time, if you really want to change your surname. If you don't change your surname as a woman, then you still have the signature of your family. So you just have to love them, whether I like it or not.
Do you think you can learn to love somebody?
I think so. Don't you learn to love each and every person we cross paths with?
Do you think you can learn to love someone?
Learn to love someone. Yes, you can actually learn to love someone. I believe you can learn to love someone. That's what I said. Love grows actually, because the more you're able to tolerate, the more you're able to understand, the more you're able to bear. Then, if you keep staying there in that environment, you're tolerating be able to accommodate the person. Somehow you put boundaries and you just love the person more, take the person for who he or she is, and you also create boundaries where the person don't get to offend you, and that helps the love to grow.
Have you ever been heartbroken?
It depends with it depends with who's asking. I believe that I have not been heartbroken by love, but I've been heartbroken by life.
Have you ever been heartbroken?
I have to say a lot. I've been heartbroken a lot. I can't lie. I've been heartbroken long time. Let's say primary, secondary. Love is a funny thing. It's hard to find. I can say, like, if you find someone that actually gives you 50% of the love you're giving out, give them.
And what about your friends? People have this thing of you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends, and friends become sisters or brothers. Can you love your friends more than your siblings?
I believe there are friends that will stick closer than family, and I've seen that, and I've learned to be open-minded. That I would love when a friend becomes family, because probably that's not default. But when it comes to family, you're my sibling in default sense, and I feel like the only option you have is to take care of me, but probably you might don't want to do that. So I believe friends sometimes can be better than family, genuinely.
Can you love your friends more than you love your sisters and brothers?
No. Sorry. No, you can't love someone else more than your siblings, more than your sisters and brothers. I fight with him every time. I have a little brother. He is 12 years old. I hate him, but I love him sometimes. But I will not change him to anything else in the world.